Hey, what is going on everybody? My name is Chris, and today we will be playing a Rouge Dimir deck. It's post Zendikar Rising, and I think Rogues is finding a really good spot in this latest expansion. We will start out with the basic component of Rogue decks is to mill the opponent, which will buff basically your rogues. And to do that we have Ruin Crab, which has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3 cards. Amazing. Thief Guild Enforcer, I was really doubtful when it came out in Magic 21, but since Rogues have found a really good spot now, this card is basically a must. And basically what it does is, whenever it enters the battlefield, each opponent mills 2 cards. Whenever another rogue enters the battlefield, it procs the same effect. And as long as the opponent have 8 or more cards in the graveyard, it gets +2, +1 and have Death Touch. Which is very nice in combination with Soaring, Fort Thief as well. Flash Flying, as long as the opponent have 8 or more cards in the graveyard, rogues you control get +1/+0. Whenever one or more rogues you control attacks, each opponent mills 2 cards. Amazing as well. Together with those, we have basically the meat of the deck. We have Expedition Skulker, Death Touch, as long as you control another rogue, 2/2 for 2. That's just solid. We have this little Menace, 2/3 and has +3/+0 as long as the opponent have 8 more cards in the graveyard. Additionally, you can cast it as a swamp if you struggle early game with land drops, and sometimes it's even worth to drop it as a swamp if you have a couple of crabs, because the opponent will mill a lot of cards. This guy, on paper, it's amazing. I basically haven't been able to play with him as much because it becomes a target of removal as soon as it comes out, pretty much. Flying Death Touch Lifelink, and his power is equal to 1 plus the number of card type among cards in your opponent's graveyards. So basically, if the opponent has a lot of different card types, then it grows even more. Rankle, it's just a cutie. Everybody kind of knows this card by now. It's very occasional what we do with it. Either we will just have a status quo on the board and make the opponent discard their only card in the hand and sacrifice the only creature that he got out, or I don't think that I use the second ability, each player loses 1 life and draw a card one single time with this deck. Basically, we usually have more cards than the opponent. Brazen Borrower, insanely good. Opponent smashes down all their lands to play 1 giant threat to stop our rogues, and at the end of his turn we just bounce it, play him out as an additional rogue, and just go in and win. Together with that we have some control, so our rogues hit the face like they're supposed to. Anti-cognition. Just such a silly word. Counter target creature or planeswalker spell unless its controller pays 2. If an opponent have 8 more cards in the graveyard instead, counter that spell and scry 2. Just really good when you have established a board presence and you just basically don't want to play any more creatures in case the opponent have a board wipe or something. Just keep this in your hand and Eliminate. You all know this card by now as well. Destroy a target creature planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. And Drown in the Lock. Just an amazing card as well. Both as a counter spell, because we mill the opponent so much, we usually can use the first one. Or destroy target creature with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard, which also we mill them so much that we can use both of those pretty frequently. Together with that, we have the new double land. When I heard it was double land in the new set, I was like, oh shit, are they reprinting Tropical Island and Bloodstained Mire and everything? But no, we shouldn't be so lucky. But this land, I was skeptical to it at first, but now I'm just amazed by it. It's such a good land. If you need black, you put it on the black side. If you need blue, you put it on the blue. Yeah, nothing more to be said. 6 of each island swamps. Since we have quite low mana costs of all our stuff, we don't need that many lands. 1 Temple of Deceit. I'm a little bit skeptical of this one, but it's in for now. And 4 Fabled Passage. Amazing land. You put it down, say that you have 2 crabs out, opponent mill 6, you fetch another land with it, opponent mill another 6. That's 12 cards for just playing a land and break it. Completely bonkers. Anyway, let's go on the ladder and see how the deck performs. I hope you have a good time.